Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at something that might seem simple on the surface. P&O Cruises' smoking policy. Our mission really is to cut through the details, find the core information, and maybe, uncover some surprising reasons behind these rules. How they affect everyone on board. Okay, so let's maybe unpack this. Where are the absolute no-go zones on a P&O ship? The policy is pretty clear. No smoking in cabins, definitely not on cabin balconies or in any public rooms inside. And that lines up with UK law about public spaces, right?
Exactly. It aligns perfectly with the legislation. But what's really foundational here, I think, is P&O Cruises explicitly states it's about ensuring the safety, comfort, and, enjoyment of all their guests. It's more than just following the law. It's a proactive step for everyone's experience.
Right, creating a consistent environment. So beyond those restricted areas, where can you smoke? They mentioned designated areas, specifically on parts of the open deck. But here's a sort of interesting detail. These spots aren't always fixed. They can actually shift.
Yes, that's a key point. They can change based on things like, weather conditions, or even just routine cleaning. It really shows the kind of operational juggling cruise lines have to do. Think about strong winds or rain or deck maintenance. They need that flexibility.
Ah, okay. So they can move the smoking zone to minimize smoke drift or allow for work. Makes sense.
Exactly. It's all about managing.
Something lots of people ask about e-cigarettes. Vaping. Since they don't always produce, visible smoke, does P&O Cruises treat them differently? You might expect separate rules, but it seems surprisingly consistent.
It is quite striking, isn't it? They treat e-cigarettes, even the ones that claim not to emit anything visible, exactly the same way as traditional cigarettes, so permitted only in those designated smoking areas on the open deck, and strictly prohibited everywhere else, public rooms, cabins, balconies, same rules.
And why is that? Is it just simpler?
Well, P&O Cruises says this decision goes beyond current UK law. It's made explicitly, and this is their phrasing, for the benefit of all of our guests. It seems like a move to sort of future-proof the policy, avoid confusion, and keep things comfortable for everyone, regardless of evolving technology. And there's a really crucial safety note, too. You have to remember, e-cigarettes themselves are actually illegal or banned in some countries. So you absolutely must check the local laws for your destinations before you sail.
That's a very important point to check beforehand. Okay, and finally, let's touch on the critical safety rules for using those designated areas.
Yes, these are absolutely vital. Non-negotiable, really. All the smoking areas will be clearly marked with signs. And crucially, you cannot throw cigarette ends or even flick ash over the side of the ship.
Why is that so strict? Seems obvious, maybe, but what's the specific danger?
The specific danger is stark. They state that embers or butts can be drawn back into the ship and cause a fire hazard. Imagine that, on a moving vessel. It's incredibly dangerous. So you absolutely must use the provided receptacles and ashtrays and make completely sure everything is fully extinguished.
Right. Fire safety on a ship is paramount.
Yeah.
Okay, so wrapping this up quickly, P&O Cruises policy seems like a carefully thought out balance. Guest comfort, safety, adapting to things like vaping, all with a consistent approach.
It is, and it does raise an interesting wider question, doesn't it? As, new technologies pop up, social norms change. What other everyday things, maybe devices or behaviors, might places like cruise lines need to develop quite robust or perhaps nuanced policies for in the future, all to keep ensuring everyone's comfort and safety in these shared environments?
That's definitely something to think about, a good question to ponder. And that's all for this deep dive.